Welcome to How We Heard It, the podcast about music, pop culture, movies, and more, with your hosts Wayne Bledsoe and Chuck Campbell.
Good day, this is Chuck Campbell with
Wayne Bledsoe.
And John Baker.
all right.
I always wonder which country you're going to be coming from.
I just realized it's like, okay, let's go. It's like, oh no, I don't have a language. It's like, let's go with the Aussies or whatever. Okay, so Wayne, you came up with this topic, and I want to know, did you see the new Sabrina Carpenter video called Man-Child?
No.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
I know how much you like her.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great video, but it's such a road movie. It's just a funny little song, and she's a very funny person. And she's traveling across the desert, going from one man to the next, and they're all terrible, but she doesn't care. And it's,
Chuck, that's the very reason I came up with this topic.
I knew it had to.
It's all about Sabrina Carpenter for me.
It has something to do with Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, there's no move that you make, and there's nothing you say that doesn't somehow tie to Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm going to have to correct that somehow. I don't know how, but, since I am such a huge Sabrina Carpenter fan.
Olivia Rodrigo, she's like Miss Headline Bonnaroo and everything. I've been trying to get you on that train for a long time.
I'm going to see her in a couple of days.
Oh, man, that's awesome. We'll have to talk about her.
Well, so far, from what I've heard, even though I haven't listened to a complete album start to finish, I do like Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes.
With as much intensity, maybe, as I dislike Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter is... why are we talking about it? Anyway, Sabrina Carpenter is a very funny performer. I think she's kind of underrated. She's just a kind of a pop clown, And
okay.
So,
what's the topic today?
What is the topic today, Wayne? Why don't you tell us?
The topic is songs about journeys and travel and trips.
Okay, yeah.
And there's lots and lots of them.
There are so many of them.
Well, I had my wife and I go on Sundays to visit with her folks, and her dad is a retired English professor, and the past several weeks I've told him what the subject was, and he's a big music fan, so he's always coming up with some good titles. But he said, that is the theme of a large percentage of literature is travel and journeys.
Yeah.
And he said that's the most written language is. Stories are about travel and journeys.
It's always. I think the old adage is every story is either about a journey or a stranger comes to town.
Okay.
Well, and I was like looking at it, it's like, wow, this really applies to so many different things because there are journeys that aren't. There are people who are going to something when they travel, and there are people who are getting away from something too. And there's like emotional. There's like a symbolic travel stories that are really more about an emotional journey, and so it's all over the place. And to top it off, these are some of my favorite things. I love music, and I love travel, and I love like reflective songs, that I can. So I just was like surprised at how much there was.
Well, go ahead.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Well, and one of the things is musicians write about what they know, and then suddenly, after they've written about all this stuff about their personal lives and how miserable they are,
in their early
how much
albums,
they love somebody, then they write about
making
travel.
music and travel.
Yeah, because they're always on the road.
Yeah. Well, and that was the first things I saw was there's normally I just like come up when we have a topic, I come up with a whole bunch of different songs, regardless of my emotional investment in them, and I started doing that, and I thought of "On the Road Again" by Willie Nelson, and and I thought "Fast Car" by Tracy Chapman, or "Life Is a Highway" by Tom Cochrane.
Much better than the Rascal Flatts version.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that one. That was for Cars or something like that, wasn't it? It was like for
movie. I think they did put it in Cars. Yeah.
And then "Send Me on My Way." I like that. I liked "Rusted Root" for a hot minute.
Yeah,
and I like that. But the more I was listening to these, I was just thinking, man, I don't feel any like personal investment in these songs. Like "On the Road Again," it's like I'm not a musician and I don't go from city to city playing with my friends, or anything like that. So I wanted to make it more personal.
Right.
So the first thing I laughed at "Holiday Road" by Lindsey Buckingham, just because whenever I would go somewhere, if I was going like with my friend Robert or something like that, I go like, oh. In between, the song says almost nothing. I mean, it has like hardly any lyrics at all, but that oh, it's just what I always remember. And I thought, I can go somewhere with this, So what were motivating you guys when you got into this?
Well, I mean, I kept going around with different topics, looking around, okay, just like traveling from place to place, or, I mean, I thought of, Journey to the Center of the Mind by the Amboy Jukes, and thought, Ted Nugent was involved in that band, so when they got to the Center of the Mind, they probably didn't find too much. The one that really stands out to me above all of them, as far as like epitomizing what it was I was thinking about, is the song "America" by Simon and Garfunkel.
I thought of that one too.
Because it's
a
like,
great song.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a couple of young lovers taking a bus trip somewhere, and it's all it is an account of their bus trip.
Okay.
Until you get to the last part, and he says, "Kathy, I'm lost," I said, though I knew she was sleeping, or know you were sleeping. I'm empty and aching, and I don't know why. And it's like, wow! It's like it's taken.
Is that the end?
Well, it's this, and then it just ends with counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike. They've all gone to look for America, and because the chorus is, "We've gone to look for we've all gone to look for America."
Yeah,
I've gone to look for America.
Well, and there's another Paul Simon song that was it?
Homeward Bound.
No, it was.
That's another one.
It's the one about. Man,
Graceland.
no,
That was another one they got.
That's one I got. I had Graceland, but this was the one. Not Gone to Look for America, but this. I dreamed I was flying.
Oh, American Tune.
American Tune.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I think that's more what Chuck was talking about, kind of the spiritual thing.
I think that was written for Jimmy Carter's inauguration.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Huh.
So America was coming out of a long nightmare.
Yeah, but I do have a few stories. I mean, before we started, you were saying that you've tied these to stories.
Yeah, so I kind of played the usual game, and then I started going more and more, not off topic, but just kind of switching it from just a general overview of songs about travel to personal songs that are about travel, but they resonate with me for particular reasons, life events and stuff like that. So
cool. Well, you want to start it off?
Well, yeah. I mean, so I started thinking more of songs that are just like encouraging travel, and The Passenger by Susie and the Banshees, I know, by Iggy Pop. Right. They did it first. I like their version better, but that was I thought, well, what exactly is that about? And it really is kind of an optimistic type of song of just like, I ride and I ride and I look at the city and the lights, and I thought that's kind of interesting for either one of those acts to just kind of do a positive song. And then I've mentioned this unbelievably hokey song, ABBA, Move On, because it has a spoken intro. But then after that, when the women start singing, the women aren't talking. It's just very encouraging of moving on with your life. And then I got to Rome by the B-52s. And it's like, go ahead. And just that, go ahead and roam, go ahead and roam. And that is just like an invitation to, just get out there and travel.
I didn't put that on my list because I knew you would bring that
one
up.
Well, of course I brought that up.
But I love that song. That is one of the most like feel good, get out there and do it songs I've ever heard. I love
you got
that
those beautiful harmonies from the two women, and just to roam if you want to roam around the world. And there's like that.
Do you think that song could possibly be about being unfaithful to your lover?
What?
Rome?
I don't think
so.
I always kind of thought that was a subtext.
What were you thinking back then, John?
I don't know. I've been married a long time.
I mean, I could see it in other contexts, but I don't really see that for B-52s. It's like, Rome around.
I mean, literally, it is Rome around the world. So.
Yeah.
Has a sweet little guitar solo in it, too.
Yeah.
I know Chuck is all about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why it sold him.
Yeah. It wasn't about the singers or words. It was that guitar.
I have a trilogy about spaceflight.
Okay.
Starship Trooper by Yes.
Right. I like that one.
And Rocket Man by Elton John.
Yeah.
And whenever I listen to Rocket Man, I always, after that, listen to Space Oddity.
Oh, by that Bowie
by
guy?
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Rocket Man and Space Oddity go together to me.
Yeah, they do kind of, and the Kinks have an entire album about traveling called Everybody's in Showbiz. Oh. And one of the songs on that is My Supersonic Rocket Ship. and it's really a cool song too. It's
Well, I've got one that didn't fit in here, but I got to throw it in now.
Okay.
Motorway to Roswell by the Pixies.
Yeah.
That's all about being on the road. Last night he could not make it, and seeing Spaceship.
Yeah.
So I guess we all were thinking
we all went into space.
Yeah, that's
Or into the
something.
sky. I've
Yeah.
got The Letter by the Box Tops,
Well, that's true.
and then Jet Airliner by Steve Miller Band.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've been. Yeah, that was
that was a big hit.
Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. I like that song. I like that song. Yes, and
I'm
I
kinda
even know
surprised
it.
by that.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, you know The Letter. You know that song.
Is that Take a Letter, Maria?
No, it's Give Me a Ticket.
No,
for
Take it.
an
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Aeroplane.
Where you got a 14-year-old sounding like a 50-year-old.
He was 16. He was 16, but yeah, he sounded like he was an old
Yeah.
man.
What? Who was that?
Alex
Alex
Chilton.
Chilton
Alex Chilton. Yeah.
went on to Big Star.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a great one. That's I think was it Dan Penn? It was one of the great Memphis writers who wrote that song.
Okay. Well, so I guess one of the most inspiring. Okay, we got a
We're
storm
going to get a
working
big
at people.
storm coming up here.
We may
if
we
if
may
it
go
starts
on
lightning, we
pause.
may put it on pause.
We may be on pause. I'm watching the mimosas out there just whip around. So there's a song, a very obscure song from the 1980s by the Australian band The Other Ones, which I guess that was in my head when I came up with G'day. Oh, wow, the radar looks amazing.
Looks like
colorful.
a Christmas tree that's decorated.
Not just green, it's yellow and
lots of
red.
red.
Yes.
Red. We love the red with a little hook in it. Anyway, this band, The Other Ones from Australia, in the 1980s, they had a song called Holiday. And it was just a peppy little pop rock song. And y'all, I'm sure you haven't heard it. The video, I may have only seen the video on Night Flight. It may have been on MTV for Blip, or something like that. But they've got a male and female vocalist, which a lot of bands did. They don't do that so much anymore. But they went back and forth, and the guy had this kind of cartoonish way. He got kind of this deep voice and boom, boom, and all that stuff. But the woman comes in with this line that it doesn't say a lot, but it says everything. It caught in my head. This is like I was still too young to do all the traveling I wanted to do, but it's just, distant lands are not so far away. I don't know why we don't go. And I would just kind of sing that all the time because it's very melodic the way she sings it, and it just stuck in my head. It's like, they aren't that far away. And if you can fly to LA and you can fly to New York and all that, you can get overseas. It's not that. And as many delays as I've had just trying to get around America, a lot of times I could have flown to Europe in the time that I sat in the Chicago airport, the Dallas airport, or Denver airport, or whatever. So that got stuck in my head, and that's why you caught me on the tail end of that when I was like, okay, I've got money to travel now, and I was like, overseas, like two or three times a year. I was like, our boss, or my boss, Lynn, he used to say, Chuck, when Chuck takes off work, he just walks right off on a plane, and when he's due back, like 10 minutes before he's due back in the office, he comes off the plane and comes back into work. And I really was making it a big priority in my life. And
I remember that.
so, yeah.
You always came back with good stories.
And it was just this obscure little song. It may have been a hit in other countries or something, but just distant lands are not so far away. I don't know why we don't go. And you look it up, it's like, you really can get anywhere. And as much as it costs to go to Disney World, like people who take their families to Disney World for a week, you really could go to Europe with what you're spending in Orlando.
Right.
And no offense to Disney World, but you don't have to go there every year. If you can go.
If you have kids, you do.
Well, I play this online game Global every day. And I don't know if you've ever played Global.
No, I haven't.
It basically is you have to guess the country. You start with a country, and then it tells you how far away the mystery country is.
Okay.
And I've learned so much about geography by playing this game.
Yeah.
But I always start with Algeria because it's kind of a good spot in Africa, and you can kind of figure from there. But it's made me recognize that we're a lot closer to certain countries than we thought we were.
Yeah, we are.
And, it also let me know how big Africa is because
it's huge. I've flown across that continent, north to south, the hardest way, and it goes on forever.
Yeah.
I think the globe and everything makes it look smaller than it is
Yeah.
or something because it's closer to the equator and
Yeah.
there's that squishing impact, on maps and everything. But it goes on and on and on. And
Huge continent.
then you get to the Mediterranean and it's like boom, boom, boom. You hit Italy, France, and Netherlands or whatever in an hour.
Well, yeah, you could be. That's the thing. If Algeria is my baseline, but you can be in Russia quicker than you could be in South Africa.
Yeah, yeah. And I went to the southern point of South Africa, and it was like, good Lord, this is so far away from everything.
Yeah,
but you're right. I mean, everything is closer. Like my friend Lisa and I'm going to talk about her again. But we went to Aruba one time, and we thought, oh well, Aruba's going to be boring. I don't know why we thought this, but Aruba is a small island, and we knew that. Well, okay, it's got nice beaches, it's got casinos and restaurants, but what else is there to do? And we took a little moped tour for like half an hour, and we'd done the whole island, or 3 hours more like it. But so we decided we were going to add another place on. And I looked and I said, good Lord, like Venezuela's right there.
are you going to tell this story?
Remember? Yeah, this didn't go well. But so we're like, we'll just go to Venezuela. And it was such a short flight. And we were in South America all of a sudden. It's like, who knew that Venezuela is so close? And so far away. But that's another story for another day, what happened.
Well, you have to at least say, I was there during
we ended
a
up in
coup.
the middle of a coup. Or I ended up. Lisa was planning to come back a couple of days earlier than I was. And that was the whole plan. But the morning that she left to fly back to the States, there was a coup attempt and martial law. And I couldn't leave the hotel. And she was stuck at the airport, which I didn't know because all the planes from the American Airlines, they just took all their planes and took off and left passengers sitting in the airport. Wow. And this went on for days, and they lifted it long enough for her to get out. And she told me, get up. Caracas is, that's where we were staying, is like up in the mountains, like just off the coast.
Right.
And the airport's down on the coast. And she was like, whatever you do, just get down to the airport, as soon as you can get out of there. I was like, well, I'm not going to go down to the airport if I can't fly out of there. I didn't know that all these people were being killed in Caracas. And she didn't want to scare me, but no one was being killed at the airport, but it was up in the city.
Right.
And I could hear gunfire, but it was just like, I was in this really nice hotel that was built into a mall, even though the mall was closed and no one was on the streets and all that, but I wasn't about to leave. But anyway, I'm taking us off subject.
Obviously, you made it back.
I didn't. I am still there now.
I'm a hologram.
Yes.
Well, my stories that go along with travel songs are going to be nowhere near as exciting as that.
Well, I've got a lot. I've got some far less interesting travel stories.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a totally different. The song "Amarillo by Morning" by George Strait.
Okay.
That's like a classic country song.
Okay.
And you never did this stuff, but
No.
I would agree to like judge talent contests since I was a writer at the paper like you.
I did do that in Florida, but against my will. But anyway.
So I went to Dollywood to judge this contest.
Oh God.
And there were 150 contestants.
Oh my goodness.
Who could sing 7 seconds of a song. They gave them 7 seconds.
Wow.
And it was divided into...
It's like Vine videos.
Oh, it was insane. And you had you had this list of songs. There was like 100 and something songs they could choose from for the women and 100 and something songs they could choose from for the men. Mm-hmm. Well, 92% probably of the men sang Amarillo by Morning.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was like, if I have to hear 7 seconds of this song one more time.
Did everybody pick the same 7 seconds?
Well, they could. They had to just start it. So
can you sing Amarillo in 7 seconds?
You can get that little piece, and it's like you can say the title, basically.
You're right.
You get Amarillo by Morning, and then you get like...
So you just have to start the song from the beginning.
Exactly.
You couldn't pick
Oh,
and
no.
It was maddening.
Oh, that's horrible.
No.
And it was like 80% of the women sang Crazy by Patsy Cline. So I was like grading anybody higher that would sing anything else.
But sometimes, though, when you hold like the material in control,
Right.
you can tell the difference between the singers. better.
Yeah, well, you could. I mean,
I guess that's the point.
I could definitely do that, but I mean, there was nobody that was a big standout, and it's just like
Did anyone do I've Been Everywhere, Johnny Cash?
I don't think so.
That's on my list.
Okay.
That's a great song, though.
We'll disregard. We'll come back to it.
Oh, well, it's already out there. While we're on Johnny Cash, Jackson.
Oh, Jackson's a good
Going
one,
to
too.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of his
I know
first big
that
hits
one.
with June.
Yeah, it was Johnny and June.
Yeah.
Was it Jackson, Mississippi, right? Okay.
I don't know. Could have been Jackson, Tennessee.
I think it was Jackson, Tennessee.
Really? I thought it was Jackson, Mississippi.
Is
The
it?
bigger one.
I'm going to have to look up who wrote that.
All right.
Because that way I'll be able to tell. You know, if it's J.D. Loudermilk, it's probably Mississippi.
Okay.
I don't know who wrote that one. But
Well,
that's a
okay.
good possibility. Well, go on with another one while I look up and see where the hell they were going.
I got some little groupings.
Okay.
Twos.
I've got a escape songs grouping.
Southern Rock, Ramblin' Man, and by the Allman Brothers.
Great one.
And Freebird.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I must be moving on.
Yeah. Hey, while we're on Leonard Skinner, throw in "Call Me the Breeze."
Oh yeah,
That's a great one because I'm just moving down the road.
yeah, that's a good one. And for girl groups, Going Down to Liverpool by the Bangles, and Vacation by the Go-Go's.
That hands off to me. I was going to do going away from something rather than going to something. And for the Go-Go's, Vacation was actually a real downer song. It wasn't about, even though in the video they're all doing the fake water skiing and all that stuff, but it's all about meant to be spent alone, and she can't shake memories of someone she wanted to go on vacation to get away, and it didn't work. So it was sort of
I've never stopped to consider the meaning of those lyrics.
Yeah.
It seems like such a bubblegum song.
I know. And another one I've talked about a few times is Republica, Ready to Go. And it's just like, baby, I'm ready to go. It's kind of a rock band 90s song. It's also a very, she's done. She's had enough. She's come back. I'm packed and I'm standing on the rooftop shouting out, baby, I'm ready to go. She's ready to leave. It's got such excitement in the chorus and everything, and booming drums and all that stuff. It sounds like, yeah, I'm going to go somewhere. But she's like, yeah, I'm going to leave you, you know. So, and then I'm sure you all know Pack It Up by the Pretenders.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I love that song, you know, and Pack It Up. Where's my suitcase? She
Yeah.
goes, Pack it up or throw it away. What I can't carry, bury. You know, so
She's got such a great sensibility.
she does. She really does.
I've got an answer now. Billy
Okay.
Ed Wheeler wrote it, who wrote a lot of great songs, but he didn't have a specific Jackson in mind.
Well, there's probably a Jackson in every state in the South.
Probably.
So. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
To finish off this little side topic of mine, Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. You know, it's same thing. I want to fly away. I want to fly. It's not, I want to fly and see the world. I just want to get away. So again, it's like it's the destination. I've got a couple of more of these.
Okay.
I Could Be Happy by Altered Images. That's one of my favorite. Because it sounds like, I could be happy. I could be happy.
Yeah.
And she's like... do you remember the lyrics?
No, I remember the
She goes,
chorus.
maybe go
but
to Skye on my holiday. Skye is like an island in Ireland. I could be happy. I could be happy. Or swim a mile down the Nile. I could be happy. I could be happy. All of these things I do to get away from you. I knew you'd like that punchline because she just has a different to get away from you. So a little sweet song that actually has a mean little salty turn. All right, go ahead. Anybody else?
Well, one of my favorite songs about traveling is John Denver's version is the most popular one, but it's written by a guy named Carl Frazen, and it was first recorded by, and the first person I heard do it was Michael Johnson. But it's a really sweet song about being a little boy and taking this road trip with the family. And the father, is just driving this car and, take the wrong road. And, it's just this really sweet song about the chorus is, we didn't know who we were. We didn't know what we did. We were just on the road.
Yeah.
And he has this, falls in love with a girl in the diner where they stop. And, of course,
Okay.
it's only a 20-minute romance or whatever, and they move on.
20-minute romance.
Because he's a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
He sees this cute girl,
Yeah,
basically.
he'll see another cute girl like 2 miles down the road, and he'll be all about that first one.
Yeah, so, but one of the great lines is, he said, I asked my daddy, where are we going? He just said, we're following our nose. So I looked out the window and dreamed I was a cowboy. But it's like I've that feeling when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
And you're not in control.
Yeah.
It's like...
You're leading me right to my next.
Go
So I figured I would just indulge in different songs that come out of points in my life. And the first song I remember was a really fantastic road trip my dad took me on. Not my sisters, the bitch or the nice one. And nobody else. My mom, they were divorced. So it was just me and my dad. And we went on a 10-state tour of the states north and east of here.
Huh.
And, our main destination was like New York City, which I'd never been there, and
Right.
DC. But I don't remember exactly. The song had been out for a while, but I was like 12 or 13. I couldn't drive yet, but I was old enough to enjoy my dad's company. I really inherited his sense of adventure and travel and stuff like that. But the song Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John came on when we were in Philadelphia, and I got so wound up and cranked up about that. And Dad just cranked it up turned it up on the radio, and it was just like, I'll always remember and it was night, and we're kind of in a bad place in Philly. We weren't but it was just like such a bonding moment, and I've never forgotten that. And we talked about that trip for years, and I mean, really up till he died, we would still talk about that trip, and the getting twisted around in Manhattan and staying in a real shady town in New Jersey and crossing the Chesapeake Bay and the Smithsonian and just all the different places we went. It was just, I don't remember Dad and I having that much time, just the two of us together before, but it was great.
That's great.
That's my first road trip song that I can think of is Philadelphia Freedom, of all things.
Finishing up Elton John's autobiography, and it's he talks a little bit about the song. I knew the details of it before I read it, but he wrote that for Billie Jean King.
Yeah, I didn't know that then, but yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got some car songs.
Okay,
"Driving" by the Kinks. Love that song.
I got to say, for every love song that Ray Davis did not write, he wrote a song about traveling.
Yeah. I just love to leave the troubled world behind us.
Yeah.
We're going driving.
Yeah, well,
The sun is shining.
Yeah, I love that. That song's just like taking a Sunday drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Riding in My Car" by NREQ.
I love that song too.
Great vocal harmonies. "Carefree Highway" by Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
"Carefree Highway, Let Me Get Away on You."
Yeah.
Those were the three that I...
Cool. Well, I have...
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
"Car Wheels on a Gravel Road" by Lucinda Williams.
I love that song. That whole album is just
you
tremendous.
love that album.
Yeah, well, Lucinda was just...
It's all you could talk about that year. I mean, it was like...
It was
I think
amazing.
that's her best record.
It's her best record, and it may be the best record of that decade. I mean, that record.
I know
was
it's your
just
favorite
amazing.
for the year.
Oh yeah, it was great. She re-recorded it, and I don't know how many times she recorded it till she was happy with it. But when I talked to her about it, she goes, "Well, everybody criticizes me for it, but look how it turned out."
She just chews her words up when she sings.
Well, that's when I was talking to her, and I've talked to her tons and tons of times. She was, extra sweet. I actually did remember me. Not many people, remember you when you interview them, but she always did. But I said, I love the way that it sounds like you roll the words around in your mouth before you actually let them out. She thought that was really funny.
Like Listerine or something.
Well, I've got an odd story about another travel song, but it wasn't because I was traveling. But "Blues for Baby and Me" by Elton John, who just talked about, which is a song about a young couple that are going to leave. I mean, it's like the girl's dad is mad at them and tell them they're going to, fail, and the guy's a creep and everything, but it's just about getting them out. But I was in a rocking chair contest
No. Oh my
You
God.
could rock for 7 seconds.
No, I rocked
Was it
for
a
2
Dollywood?
days.
Oh wow!
Yes, a friend and I
What was
in
the
high
prize?
school. Oh God, what was the prize? It was a cash prize, but I can't think how much it was. But there we.
Did you get nap breaks or anything?
Yeah, every hour you got like a 5-minute break
Okay.
where you could go to the bathroom or whatever, and then I think it was like every 4 hours you got like a 15-minute break or something. But it was like the opening of a store. I think it was a Grant's that was out in West Knoxville, and a friend and I decided to do it. And in the middle of the night, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, they had a stereo set up so that we could listen to music while we rocked. And I mean, it started out with this huge line of people rocking, and a guy put on "Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player," which is that song. And my most vivid memory is listening to that song and watching the fog roll in.
Oh wow.
But
Was it near the water or river or something?
no, it was just out in West Knoxville. It was
Okay.
one of those nights where it was like suddenly it got
Yeah.
foggy and it just
Yeah.
rolled in, and it was just this great memory. And my friend Greg and I, like, we rocked for 2 days.
Good grief. Who won?
Some
Not you or Greg?
No, some crazy girl who rocked for about a week.
Wow.
I mean, she was sneaking speed or something, I think, to stay awake. And she was hallucinating. I mean, we were about to hallucinate for staying up, 2 days. But
I've never heard this story from you. That's really,
Really?
weird. Yeah.
well, it was a crazy. I mean, we used to do crazy
It's a
stuff all
weird
the
thing.
time.
Yeah.
And it was funny because 2 nights of just being zonked out of our heads trying to stay awake.
How old were you when this happened?
About 13 or 14.
Yeah, that sounds like a 13-year-old thing to do.
Yeah,
I was 45.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, my dad came and brought us, got us lunch or breakfast or whatever it was, and it was a lot of fun and really strange.
We're looking out the windows. I think it's rain. Oh, I hear air
It is.
conditioning.
It is rain.
And the wind has settled down. The trees are acting.
But I did hear thunder.
Yeah, we heard a little bit of thunder there, but we're going to roll on.
If we see lightning, we're gonna have to shut down.
We're going to have to shut down. Okay.
So there you go. There's a story.
All right. I can come back with more stories.
All
I
right.
can match you story for story all night.
Oh, I bet. Well, I didn't know that's what we were doing, but once we sat down and you said that's what
I
you'd
didn't know
done.
that's what I was doing, but it's just like, I'm just going to make this personal and just talk about
Okay.
stuff.
I got some little punctuation mark things.
Okay.
Before you go into the next story.
Okay.
I got a couple of trucking songs.
Okay, that's
Willin',
I love Willin'. It's on my list.
great song. And
Little Feet, and
Little
then
Feet.
Linda Ronstadt did a version that was probably more popular than Little Feet's version.
I'm not sure. I'm sure I've heard it, but I just think of Little Feet when I think of.
Well, I do too, but I think she actually got it on the radio.
And then there's Little Joe by Red Sovine.
I knew you were going to bring up a Red Sovine
Red
song.
Sovine is the king of bad breath country.
I don't know what that means.
I don't really know either, but
Okay.
it seems accurate. But Little Joe, for those of you who don't know, he's Red Sovine's famous for trucking songs, and he doesn't really sing. He just sort of talks in rhyme. And the story, and almost every one of his songs is some kind of tragic thing happens, and Red Sovine almost breaks down into tears. It's hilarious. And in this one, he picks up a little stranded, scrawny puppy in a truck stop parking lot and takes him in and names him Little Joe, and Little Joe goes on the road with him, and they're fast friends. And then they flash forward, and he's coming through the Smoky Mountains in a blinding snowstorm, and he swerves to miss a busload full of kids and crashes down into a ravine, and for some reason the crash renders him blind.
As car crashes do.
As car crashes
No other
do.
injuries, just blindness.
So then the next verse, he's sitting at home blind, talking on his CB bass radio to all his trucker friends out there, and all of a sudden he hears a big rumble coming to his house, and all his trucker friends come in, and he reaches down and he said, "Wait, I know that bark." But Little Joe never had a collar before, and he realized that they trained him to be a CNI dog. And he comes out with the line, My new eyes was standing at my feet. I just think it's just comic gold.
Well, Red Sovine, I mean, every song he ever did, you could say was a trucking song.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, was he
Phantom-
like a comedian or
No, this was not comedic.
schmaltzy or
This was tugging at your heartstrings.
It's worth looking up Red Sovine just for the laughs. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think he's trying to be funny.
No, he's not trying to be funny at all.
He's trying to tell poignant stories, but he just is so melodramatic and over the top that it's hilarious.
Phantom 409 and Teddy Bear. I mean, these
Giddy up and go.
Yeah, oh yeah. These are supposed to be, just giving you some sentimental, sweet.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
I don't think I could do more than 2 or 3 of these. I can't imagine album after album.
Tom Waits does a great version of the Phantom 409.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Large Marge?
Well, it's like a large Marge for sure.
Same kind of story.
Yeah.
He gets picked up by a phantom trucker,
Yeah.
and everybody. And when he gets dropped off at the truck stop, they say, "Well, how'd you get here?" And he said, "Well, I got a ride from so and so."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, that's not real, trucker. You just been driven here by a ghost."
Yeah, well, it's funny
That was in Pee Wee.
Yeah,
Large Marge.
that urban legend goes back for hundreds of years.
Really?
That urban legend, because it was an urban legend, and it goes back to like the stagecoach days.
No.
Wow.
I got a couple of sailing ones. Sailing,
Crisscross,
and The Southern Cross by David Crosby.
Yeah,
Both about sailing.
yeah,
All right.
cool.
Well,
All right.
I'm going to go with another personal story with a song that's only sort of about travel or whatever. But so picture it.
I'm listening.
I went to Maryville High School, which is, for all the people who don't know, Maryville is a town that's really kind of in the suburban area of Knoxville. And it's 15, 20 minutes from Knoxville, really. It's on the other side of the airport. So, and we were closer to like UT and downtown than a lot of people who live in Knoxville. Some people in far north. So anyway, but growing up there, it still felt like we were a million miles away. And then when we got our wheels, we were like 16, we were getting cars. We went to Knoxville every weekend. We'd drive by movie theaters in Maryville to go to Knoxville. We'd go to restaurants in Knoxville. The best mall was in West Knoxville, not the one we had in Maryville. And so we would just come and spend time there. We'd cruise the Strip, which is Cumberland Avenue, which is like the main. It used to be a commercial drag right next to the University of Tennessee campus. And my friend Lisa, we all graduated, or a lot of my friends graduated at the same time. My friend Lisa, she got an apartment in the Fort, and the Fort is a predominantly residential oriented toward the college students, but also maybe other people related to that. I can't imagine anyone living there that's not got something to do with the university, because it's sort of a stranglehold. You get
It's
in
like
there.
the very
and you can't
first suburb of Knoxville, and
Yeah.
it's Victorian homes.
Yeah.
And they've been subdivided up into student apartments.
Right.
Well, Lisa got her an apartment there, and she was one of my very dearest friends. And so we listened to old disco and everything, and this was like in the 80s when we did this, but the song Funky Town was one of our favorites. And in Funky Town, one of the lines is, "Gotta make a move to a town that's right for me." And so anyway, it's just all about take me somewhere. And if you've heard the song, it just sounds like a dance song, get on the dance floor and blah, blah, blah. You don't pay attention. But I was following, Lisa had a convertible VW Bug, and she had the top down, and she had stuff packed in her Volkswagen, and we were riding up Alcoa Highway, coming from the south from Maryville. And I was riding behind her, and her hair was blowing around, and she had her sunglasses on, and I just felt like all this joy, and that song came on. I thought, Lisa's moving to a place that's right for her, moving to Knoxville. And but the thing is, it got Alcoa Highway is notoriously heavy traffic and everything, and we got that there was this just total jackass that got up on my tail for whatever reason. We were riding side by side. He got right up on my bumper, so I started to drive to get over in front of her. And then I thought, this guy's being a jackass. So I slowed down. We're wondering if that was lightning. Did you see lightning? Okay. So I wondered if... now I'm lost. My story. So anyway, so I got over, And no, I didn't get over. Damn it. Okay. We can't have lightning, and we're sitting here in fear of lightning, and I'm like telling some story from 4 million years ago. But anyway, so we rode side by side, and then I slowed down to get over, and then I thought, wait a minute, I'm not going to get over. I'm going to block this guy out. And Lisa caught on to it right away, so she would speed up like she was going to pass, and he'd get over behind her, and then she would slow down, and we just did this so we were still acting very much like
This is the invention of
children.
road rage.
Yeah, this is the invention of road
I
rage.
can see what's coming.
And I will say that, once we saw that other cars were starting to get into the mix, we just got over and let people over. But that one jackass was like, no. And it was just so funny because we just like grinned back and forth, and she'd like put it in gear, and she'd like chug a little and start pushing in front of me, and he'd get over behind her, and then she'd slow down, I'd get over. And so anyway, yeah, we caused road rage. What do we need to do? Do we need to pause now or what?
Well, I just looked at the radar map, and I think we're about done.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Well,
If we see
should I
another
tell that
flash,
story again? Because what a mess. I didn't even know what I was talking about anymore. But anyway, Funky Town by Lip Sync. Great travel song.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to throw out Michelle Malone, who's a Atlanta artist. She used to be with a band called Drag the River.
Okay.
And there was kind of a punk thing. But Michelle Malone is a terrific, she is a badass. But she has on her album Sugarfoot a song called Travelin' and Unravelin'. It's just great about that manic feeling about, you got to go someplace and you're going from place to place. But she came on my late night radio show that I had, and she showed up. She hadn't been playing slide guitar for maybe less than a year or something, and just played this blistering version, and it was just terrific. One of the best live performances I ever had on the show. But anyway, we got along great, and she's just super nice. I've talked to her a bunch through the years. And then about a year later, I get a call from her in the middle of it was like 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Wayne, am I supposed to be on your show tonight?" And I said, "No, it's Wednesday. You're supposed to be on the Blue Plate special. It's at noon." And she goes, "Well, shit. I guess I'm going to miss that." I said, "They've been announcing it all week." and I guess she called him immediately and said, "I can't get there in time." But anyway, she did another one, I'm sure. But she doesn't come to town that much. She used to be here all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she was great. Is great.
I think I reviewed some of her albums, maybe even.
I think you probably did.
She was rock. She was more rock than
Oh,
country.
yeah, she's a real rocker. And she's
I
good
remember
songwriter. And I couldn't believe how good she played the slide guitar when she hadn't played it that long.
I couldn't believe that. Slide guitar, too?
Give me a break.
Not just a great vocalist?
Yeah. But yeah,
she had all 6 strings?
Yeah, she did.
Just 2.
Well, some people...
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah. But no, she was really good. But it was so funny because she called me up and it was like, "Am I supposed to be on your show?" "Nope, you're supposed to be down at the studio in about an hour."
Where are you now?
Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta.
No, she wasn't in Atlanta, but she wasn't close enough.
Well, too bad.
So anyway, there's another story.
Okay.
What else you guys got?
I got a couple of female singers travel songs. One is Boulder to Birmingham,
Emmylou
Lou Harris.
Yeah, that's a good song.
And this one, I like to explain it because it's got one of my favorite lyrics in it, and it's the song "Coyote" from Joni Mitchell, Ejira, and the chorus is, "You just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines of the freeway," which I love that line because you don't think of the white lines of the freeway as being a prison.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I mean, the road is open, it's freedom, but it's a prison.
Not if you get your lane alert that my car has and beeps all the time.
You-
If you just drift over the line, yeah.
You can turn that off. I turned mine off.
Yeah.
Mine actually
It
had,
irritates my passengers, so I kind of like it.
mine had that correction thing where if you go over the line, it,
Oh, yeah. I
was
don't
like,
no,
I
no,
took
no.
that
Yeah,
off.
I've got that turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too alarming.
My car's 20 years old. You have to steer it.
Well, if we can bring up Joni Mitchell, how about "Urge for Going"? That's a great song about
Yeah. And there's,
moving on.
yep. How about "Fly Me to the Moon"?
Yep.
Who is that?
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. Okay, yeah.
Most famous
That's
version.
one of the old crooning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while we're on Sinatra, these boots were made for walking.
Oh.
Nancy.
And that's
Nancy
just
Sinatra.
what they did.
Well, it's traveling though.
Well, I didn't throw out since while you were doing trucking songs, 6 Days on the Road by either Dave Dudley or Johnny Cash. I mean, everybody's recorded that song.
Yeah.
But Dave Dudley was the other guy that sang nearly all trucking songs, but he actually did sing them.
Well, traveling, here I go again. My friend Robert.
Okay.
I went to Venezuela with Lisa. I went to Venezuela with Robert. Those are two very interesting trips. But our first big trip together, Robert and I, we were going to Europe for his birthday, and we went to several different countries. And when I was saying, I don't know where to go, and I've mentioned this before, the name of the M album that had pop music on it, and there's a line in pop music where he goes, New York, London, Paris, Munich, everybody talk about pop music. So Robert was trying to come up with an itinerary, and we only had a layover in New York, so we didn't really see New York. But we'd seen New York before. But we went from New York, London, Paris, and Munich. So we followed the M like Decker. That was our. And then we decided we would go into northern Italy or something, play it by ear after Munich. And instead we went to Berlin. But I was telling you guys about just this really unbelievable marathon nightmare that Robert and I got into in the Paris to Munich part, where he got off the train in France and without telling me, and I was warning him not to, because the trains, they slow down and take off again in Europe. They don't just stop for half an hour.
Right.
And he got off, and he was a smoker. He got off to buy cigarettes, and I said I wouldn't get off this train. He just looked at me and got off, and so the train took off. And we didn't have cell phones then, so it was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I talked to the conductor, and he said, just take all of his stuff and get off. First, he said to get off in Strasbourg, France, and which I did. And a woman came running up and said, oh, Mr. Campbell, your friend is still in Nancy, France. I said, I know. And she said, well, you need to get all of your stuff, all of his stuff, and leave me his passport and tickets. And I'll put him on the train behind you to get you to Stuttgart. We're going to Stuttgart. We're going to rent a car and drive down to Munich. So I was so mad. And there were these French guys in our car with us, and they were asking me what happened to him and why he got off the train. But I had all of his stuff and all of his money and his coat and everything. And I got off in Stuttgart, and the conductor in Germany said that he would be 5 hours behind me. So I took those 5 hours and just walked around the city and looked for maybe a hotel. I didn't think we were going to have time to drive to Munich like we planned. And when I got back to the train station, Robert was actually just about 15 minutes behind me. And he spent 5 hours in the Stuttgart train station with no idea where I was. He assumed that I had just got mad and I took off from Munich with all of his stuff and all of my stuff. And I was just and he had no idea what he was going to do. And he was just panicked and blind. And we ended up driving overnight and ended up in front of the Dachau concentration camp to take a nap. It was just a really prolonged, extensive, but still, it was New York, London, Paris, Munich. And then we went to Berlin.
I'm trying to think if there's any songs about, being missing a flight or something and being stuck somewhere. Okay.
Yeah?
I thought of one. It's Pete Townsend sitting in the Sheraton Gibson playing my Gibson. And he's talking about, I don't know if he actually missed a flight. I don't think he actually missed a flight. Okay, that's wrong. It's a great song.
I missed so many flights. I can just yammer about those.
He's talking about, imagining if he lived in Cleveland, he misses Cleveland.
Well, I've got Last Night in Miami by Cat DeLuna.
Okay.
When I lived in Florida and when I moved here and everything, my trips I was never much of a drinker, never much of a partier or anything like that. But Miami is probably my biggest exceptions because it's almost mandatory down there. I mean, it really is. And this song is just a great song about just letting everything go and letting loose. And the chorus is palm trees and ocean breeze, exchange numbers and hotel keys. So just like a lot of debauchery. So that's a great reminder with Miami in the title of Miami. And I'm not talking about any other part of Florida. If you're going to the freaking redneck Riviera, forget it. It doesn't compare to Miami.
Okay, it's been a long time since I've been to Miami, so it was all different.
I
back
went
then.
with our coworker with the most bizarre thing ever. Do you remember?
No, who was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah, I do.
It was just like
that.
there was a big sale for the airlines, and it was like, hey, and I just said, hey, we can go to Miami. He was okay.
Yeah.
We have to go this weekend because there was a holiday, and we went. We flew down to Miami, and we actually got along great. It's like I don't know if we got along any other time, but we certainly did then.
Well,
Ooh, listen to that thunder.
I'm trying to think if I have any more actual stories with these songs. I mean, I put down "Born to Be Wild" by Steppenwolf,
Okay,
which was the one of the most.
that Easy Rider?
Yeah, that was. I was about to say that was one of the most iconic scenes in Easy Rider when they're all the first cranking up their motorcycles and taking off down the road. I got my parents to take me to see it, and
How old were you?
it came out in 1969, I believe. So I would have been 9 years old.
I can't imagine the headaches that you caused.
And
Wanting to do all these adult things.
see, this was the thing: is my sister, who started dating fairly young, which I think they started dating younger back then than they do now. But anyway, she had gone to see this movie twice at that point. So we went to the family drive-in. So they parked to make sure that she was staying at the drive-in, not going somewhere. And it's like, so they finally got tired of this movie. My mom goes, "I'm sick of this movie. We want to go home." And it's like, I want to watch them smoke dope again. You've already seen them smoke marijuana once. You don't need to see it again. But it was, it was years later.
Born to be wild.
It was years later before I saw the end of that movie. But it was like, can't we watch the rest of this movie? And then the music, it's a great movie, but it's mostly about the scenery and the music more than anything else.
Yeah.
Great movie. To smoke weed too and just watch.
Okay.
On a big screen.
Okay.
I tried
in
to
Miami.
Yeah, I tried to watch it on a small screen one time, and it's like, why did I like this movie so much? And then I got a big screen. It's like, I remember why I like this movie so much.
And all that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's one of those beautiful things to watch ever.
How about Going to a Go-Go?
That's an interesting choice.
Smokey Robinson, then Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
Going.
I don't know
it's
that
going.
And while we're on the Stones,
It's a short trip.
switch over to the Beatles, The Long and Winding Road.
Yeah.
That's one of the only Beatles songs I really kind of don't like.
I don't really like that song. It's so schmaltzy.
Yeah, I do like it better on the Naked album because it's not as orchestrated on there.
Agreed.
So but I always just thought, especially when the vocals come in. I mean the backing vocals, the choir. It's like, come on, this is too much.
It's too much frosting on the cake.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I'm one of those people who just eat the frosting. I didn't, and that was the best thing
scoop
about
it right
Robert
out of
and
the jar.
As much fights as Robert and I had, he only liked cake and hated frosting, and I only liked frosting, so we were always set with cake.
I'm the cake guy. I don't I scrape the frosting off because there's too much
I just
of
want
it.
that frosting.
It's all about balance.
Yeah,
That's true. It's true.
well, we were both incredibly imbalanced, so it worked out.
Well, I want to bring up a song just because of a lyric that I liked so much.
Okay.
And you would probably, I know you're not a big Bob Dylan fan, but do you know the
I'm
song?
not even a small Bob Dylan fan.
Do you know the song "When I Paint My Masterpiece"?
No.
It's all about being in Europe and different places,
okay.
and talking about he wants her with him when he paints his
Okay.
masterpiece. But one of my favorite lines of all time is "Sailing around the world in a dirty gondola, oh to be back in the land of Coca-Cola." I mean, it's like
That's a good line.
It's a great line. It's a great song. I mean,
I guess he got a few good lines.
oh yeah, a few. But the band
Might have gotten a sponsorship from Coca-Cola too.
He might have, but if they played it in England, they'd have to change it to Cherry Cola or whatever,
Oh yeah.
just like the Kinks did.
Yeah.
'Cause
And Savage Garden too, just like a "Ooh, I want you." They had that. They had the Chicka Cherry Cola. They had to do that too. I thought that was maybe a Coca-Cola reference.
Yeah, well, I mean, the BBC wouldn't play it if it had a product in it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so other European checkpoints that I use to kind of mark my London Calling by The Clash, even though it was a very apocalyptic London, not the best London. But Vienna Calling by Falco. And Falco, it was in German, and I had studied German, and I wanted to go see Vienna, even though it was on the other side of Austria. But I tied it in with the trip to Budapest, and it was kind of a classier sort of Vienna. Justify My Love by Madonna. She talks about, she made this video, this real trashy nude video in this great hotel in Paris. And it's got a line about, I want to kiss you in Paris. And she's like making out with this guy. So I made a point of going to Paris, and it was near the Arc de Triomphe, and going to stand outside that hotel and just gawk and stare and think of Madonna rolling around with all these different people. It wasn't just, it really got out there. But so that's my Paris song mainly. Bruxelles, Je t'aime. That's by Angèle, and it's in French, and she's talking. She's a Belgian singer, but she's based in Paris, and she loves Paris. And in it, she's talking about we're listening for rain. Okay. Anyway, it's all about her heart's in Paris, but there's nothing more rewarding to her than going back to Brussels. And I've been to Brussels and had a wild New Year's Eve there one time, and it really does have like a big town, small town feel. And Paris is just like this giant city, so I can feel that. But I think my favorite, and I've mentioned it before, is Katja Flavia, a Godiva de Irajaj by Fernanda Abreu. This was in Rio de Janeiro. And this song, and I looked it up, I thought, was it really as crazy as I thought? And it's totally crazy song about this woman who is an outlaw and a spy or whatever, and she kills some big shot, which I assume is a bad guy. And she's got strawberry flavored panties. And then she's totally nude, and she steals a police car, and she takes a motorcycle, and she's like driving through all the checkpoints of Rio de Janeiro. And it was like the most popular song when I was there. And of course I bought the CD. But and she even says, something about my panties, and there guys going panties, and it's in Portuguese. So that was fun. And as far as America goes and everything, I've got to say California Love, Tupac, Dr. Dre. Oh, you got to know that one.
I know it. Of course I know it.
California knows how to party.
Yeah,
I love that song. I love L.A. And it's like, in contrast, that New York State of Mind, the Jay-Z song, I think New York's overrated, and I would take partying L.A. over New York any day.
The New York State of Mind that I think of is the Billy Joel one.
Yeah. I'm doing the rapper thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Tupac.
And I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. You didn't think of Goodnight Vienna, the song that Ringo Starr recorded that John Lennon wrote.
Well, I had Falco. In German. I didn't need Ringo. But and I don't like the going back to Cali, because LL Cool J goes, I don't think so. It's like, I'm definitely going back to Cali. My
How about California Dreamin'? Is that a travel song?
Well, it's a wanna
travel song. Yeah, it's like pining away for California. It's like,
it's a great song.
That counts.
Yeah.
Sure.
How about, what was the one? The City of New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. That's a totally...
Steve Goodman.
You know the story behind the City of New Orleans?
No.
Steve Goodman wrote that, and he was on a train that was supporting Edmund Muskie when he was running for president.
Okay.
And the train had, the way their bathrooms worked, there was a button that somebody could push, and it would fling the excrement and stuff that it was in there out on the side of the, off the side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Well, he was at a rally with Muskie, and somebody pushed a button.
On him or Muskie?
Well, it flung it all over the crowd.
Oh, God.
That's not good campaign tactic.
Or a travel log.
Yeah, but that song is, it's such a somber song about the death of the railroad, the passenger railroad. Yeah. But when you hear, if you've ever heard Steve Goodman tell that story, it's like, this lightens it up a lot.
Makes me think of Dave Matthews.
Oh yeah, they dumped it on a cruise boat underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
I've got a final category here. You've got something there, John?
I just got a bunch of random stuff now.
Okay.
I don't have any groupings.
Well, these are songs that are they're ostensibly about travel, but they're more, not darker, but more meditative and thoughtful, I guess. And although the first one, Never Let Me Down Again by Depeche Mode, that might be about drugs and taking drugs, but it's like I'm going for a ride with my best friend. He says he'll never let me down again. It's got this kind of heavy tone to it, and promises me we're as safe as houses as long as I remember who's wearing the trousers.
Okay.
It's got kind of, and this is on a kind of a playlist I have for an old iPod. But also Ride by Lana Del Rey. She's talking about she just gets out and rides, and she's tired of feeling like she's effing crazy, and she has this build up and everything. But she goes, she just gets on a motorcycle and rides. It's a beautiful video too. And she joins like a biker gang, and they're going across the desert, and the video has like this poetry with it, and so it's thoughtful. And I've mentioned this song before, Nocturne by Kate Bush. That's about, I said that this could be played at my funeral. It's about feeling trapped in a city and having to get away from it all, and driving down to the shore at night, and there's nobody anywhere, and she strips down and just wanders into the ocean, and she sees the sky and the ocean blend together, and becomes one with it all, and dives deeper and deeper into the sea. It's almost like a self-actualization thing, or a suicide song, or whatever. But then my favorite of all these, I know I've gotten all serious.
Suddenly.
But my favorite one of all these is Road to Nowhere by Talking Heads.
Yeah, I love that one.
I love that song. And it's kind of bleak. And the video is kind of comedic, but also kind of sad, because it's just like, we're on a road to nowhere. Come on. It's like, come take that ride. And David Byrne's great. And they're just like going through life. You see Chris Franzen, Tina Weymouth, who are a married couple in the band. You see them. There's like a little flashpoint of them getting married and dancing and getting older. And a kid comes up and leaves them. And they get older and older and then decrepit. And, and they're just climbing ladders. And some guy's chasing a shopping cart down the road. And just all these things are happening. And but the thing about that song, it's almost spiritual to me, and it has like almost like a church choir singing the beginning and the end. But as it builds up, and he's just like, we're on a road to nowhere, we're on a road to... But he goes, oh, baby, it's all right, it's all right. And it's just like, you don't know where you're going or where you've been or how important you are or how meaningful your life is, but it's all right. And it's just something reassuring in that song, and David Byrne. And I don't know, that song just like... really hits me.
I think that's one of the odd themes about Talking Heads songs overall, is like there's a bleakness, but there is a sense of hope in everything that they do, which is I feel the same. I mean, I don't have exactly the same feelings about that song, but just them in general they always cheer me up. I don't care what they're singing about, if it's bleak or whatever. Right. You get that humanity and that hope,
right?
And
I mean, it starts with we know where we're going, but we don't know where we've been. Yeah. And it's just this kind of confused state of humanity, and finding your reason for life, and maybe you won't, and maybe it doesn't have to have a reason, but it's all right, baby, it's all right. So I take that to heart. Yeah,
well, it's the David Byrne movie True Stories, which there was the album True Stories too.
Yeah.
But it's got that same sort of feel too, just in the little stories that they tell. They're like little tabloid stories, but everything is like, by the end of it, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's the hand you're dealt.
Yeah.
Live it out.
Yeah.
So how are you going to top that?
A bunch of little inane things.
Go for it, John. I was addressing Wayne with that, people. I'm not being mean to John.
He's okay to be mean to me. No problem.
Exactly.
No problem.
Well, you've dealt enough blows my way, so.
I was trying to find a Beach Boys song, and
Don't say Kokomo.
No,
Do
I-
not say
I'm
Kokomo.
not.
For
I
God's
wasn't
sake.
going
I Get Around.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Get around.
But here's one that's a little more philosophical, and it's an XTC song called "The Man Who Sailed Around His Soul."
Yeah.
It's kind of thinker. This one, I don't know if it's a travel song or not, but it's a great song. "The Streets of Baltimore" by Graham Parsons.
Yeah.
Because his woman loves Baltimore, and so she drags him up there, and he's working like 3 jobs just to keep her happy, and all she's doing is going off into Baltimore and playing. And pretty soon he realizes that she loves those streets of Baltimore more than she loves me.
Oh.
That's all I got there.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to bring up Tom Waits because Tom Waits writes a lot of songs about traveling, with one of the top ones being "Anywhere I Lay My Head Is Home,"
Okay.
which is a very different way to think about travel.
Right. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
But I think my favorite one is "Shiver Me Timbers." I'm leaving my family. I'm leaving all my friends. My tears are salt water, but my heart's in the wind. And it's about leaving everybody and just kind of following what's calling you.
Wow.
But he does a great version. I think the first time I heard it, before I actually heard Tom Waits, was Bette Midler recorded it and did a great version. But his is definitely the best. And the Drive South by John Hyatt, which Susie Boggess had a hit with, I had to look up because I couldn't remember exactly how the lyrics go. This is another one where I just like the lyrics so much. And he says, "We could go down with a smile on. Don't bother to pack your nylons. Just keep them pretty legs showing. It gets hot down where we're going." It's like I always thought, man, that's a line that makes you think about what's going to happen later.
It's a good rhyme.
Yeah, terrific. John Hyatt still is a great songwriter, but it was funny. I used to talk to him all the time. Really good guy.
How deep are we into?
Oh,
here?
yeah. I lost track of time.
I know, I'm out. I'm ready for recommendations, but I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
wait a minute.
I got one more song because
Okay,
it
all
ties
right,
into
all
my
right.
recommendations.
We got to address Wagon Wheel. Because Wagon Wheel is a song about basically traveling to Knoxville.
Okay.
Because Ketch Secor, who wrote it after being inspired by Bob Dylan's, like a little thing off a bootleg with him just saying "Rock Me Baby" basically over and over. But because it sounds better in the song, he has, coming from Johnson City, going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And everybody who's from this area brings it up to him. And not only is I think he's so tired of hearing that, but he's tired of how tired everybody is of Wagon Wheel, which I still think is a great song, even though it got played to death.
All right.
Okay, so there you go. And I want to throw in one more, actually.
All right. Wayne,
Nora
you
Jones,
do this.
come away with me.
Who,
'Cause
George Jones?
No, Nora Jones.
Nora Jones.
Come
Very,
away
very
with
different
me.
Jones.
Yeah,
Very different, yes.
One
Because
I like.
I had that when that album first came out. I had that on my bedside and heard her voice every morning, and it was like, oh, okay,
You can get up to
I could get up today.
Yeah.
Yes, or maybe I should just lay in bed and listen to the rest of this.
I got one more, and the
Okay.
only reason I
Okay.
want to
All
bring
right.
it up is because I'm going to refer to it again, and that is "The Point of No Return" by Kansas.
Okay.
Because they're talking about sailing off the edge of the world.
Yeah.
Should have gone
Okay.
with the sailing songs.
Okay. Well, you're just going to go right into your recommendation.
Okay, this is a hill I'll die on. Last week, I think it was last week, Chuck, you said all bands that have place names suck.
Almost all. There are a couple that don't, but go ahead.
Well, I happen to think, and this kind of made me think of a topic maybe we could do, is that albums or bands that get bagged on, but that actually have some good
Right.
good stuff. And Kansas, "The Point of No Return," if you get rid of "Dust in the Wind," which has just been played to death, it's a great record.
It's played to death, but I still like that song.
It's a good
It's
song,
a good
but
song.
but the
That's
rest
not
of
got
the
carried on my Wayward Son.
that's on
Different
Left
album.
Overture,
Okay, 'cause
which is
I
also a
hate-
great record.
I hate that song. Though.
Yeah, I'm a little tired of that song. But there are a bunch of, it's really good. There's a lot of really good guitar stuff. The songs are well written. It's real proggy. People think of Kansas as just being sort of a cheesy hit making machine, but they did a whole lot of real experimental, kind of classically influenced, complicated time signatures and stuff. And it's a good, challenging listen. I think you should give that album a shot.
Cool. Well, I'm going to recommend the 2 albums by Sly and the Family Stone, because we just lost Sly Stone. And I think everybody should, well, actually it could be 3, because the Stand is one of their best albums, has some of their best hits. And then there's A Riot Going On, which has the song Family Affair, is really highly charged and just a really good listen.
I love the song Family Affair.
Yeah, the whole album is, but the album is like,
it's real claustrophobic. He recorded it himself.
Yeah.
In his house.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, and he's using a really early drum machine too.
Uh-huh. But it's one of those things where it's his most pointed songs probably are on that album. But if you just want to get into Sly and the Family Stone, their greatest hits is the only place that only album that Hot Fun in the Summertime is on, other than later compilations. But those 3 albums give you pretty much everything you need to know about Sly and the Family Stone to establish how incredibly good and influential that band was.
All right. Did you ever find that funk history on YouTube?
No, I haven't watched that yet, but I need to watch it.
You need to go find it, because Sly plays a big role in that.
Oh, yeah, of course he does. Has to.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Your music recommendation.
So one thing I didn't mention as far as travel songs go is that I believe exotica music as a whole can be perfect travel music for any tropical destination, specifically Hawaii, Polynesia, but really anywhere in the tropics. And I'm going to recommend a collection called Ultra Lounge Volume 1, Mondo Exotica. And it's an 18-track collection of exotica. It's got 6 songs by Martin Denny, who is my favorite of the exotica people, including the crazy, wild Swamp Fire, and one called Hypnotique, which is really captures this dark, kind of mysterious kind of sound. But this is all very percussive stuff. It's mostly instrumental stuff. Les Baxter is also on here, and he's got 3 songs. And then there's like 9 other artists who are on here once, including Yuma Sumac. You talked about her, and
I love
Yuma Sumac. And Boss Shiva, who does a song called Lust, which is like pretty lusty. Chick Floyd and his orchestra. Anyway, it's brassy to mysterious, and there are the bird calls, mostly instrumental. It's all very much about being in the tropics and just feeling the vibe.
What's after the colon on the title?
Mondo Exotica. Okay. But it's Volume 1, Ultra Lounge Volume 1, Mondo Exotica. 6 of the 18 tracks are Martin Denny, 3 are Les Baxter, and then there are 9 artists that have 1 song each. So there's a range, but it's just a really great overview of a genre that probably a lot of people these days don't know much about.
Why don't you go ahead and do your movie, since I'm still deciding on what movie I'm recommending.
Okay. Well, my movie also has to do with travel.
Okay.
So I just went all out here. And this is called I Don't Understand You. And I don't know if you've heard of this movie.
No.
It made the movie festival circuit last year, but it was just released commercially in America June 6, 2025.
Okay.
So new. It's I saw it in the theater, Downtown West. It's an art movie. It's hard to explain, but it's like a gay dark comedy horror film.
Oh, okay.
And it's the couple. They're like a middle-aged couple, so it's not like all steamy sex. They could have just been friends or a straight couple or whatever. That's not really pertinent to it. But it's written and directed by a real gay couple, David Joseph Craig and Brian Crano. I don't know him, but it stars Nick Kroll, the comedian, who's straight, married to a woman, and Andrew Rannells. I'm not sure he's a stage actor. He looked familiar, But anyway, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary, and they're like two middle-aged gay guys, and they're going to take their baby moon to Italy. It's good. They're trying to adopt a baby. So they're going to go, the vacation you take before a baby is born. So they go to Italy. Neither one of them has really bothered to study Italian, and they get kind of lost out in the boonies of Italy, and it gets so dark. It's kind of uneven, and you're not sure you want things to happen that are happening in it, but it's just sort of out of control. But it's inventive, and I like the treatment of these characters and their circumstance and how it just kind of gets really wildly absurd and very dark. Not really a horror film, but it's just like I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a good movie. Amanda Seyfried is in it too. She plays a woman who's decided this is early on. She decided she's going to give her baby to them, and they get stuck in Italy, and they're trying to get home to LA, I think it is, before she has her baby, and they don't want her to know what they've been up to. So it just gets progressively worse until it's like unbelievably worse. But it's got mixed reviews, and like I say, it is kind of uneven, but it's ambitious and sort of inventive in what it does. And I just thought the two guys have great chemistry, and they've got a nice relationship. So it's called I Don't Understand You, and that literally means so much of this movie is people are speaking to them in Italian, and they have no idea what they're saying, and they just keep talking to them, and they try to talk back with broken Italian, and the Italians. And I took Italian, and this is kind of how they are. They just kept talking in Italian. They just kept thinking, we're just going to talk, and maybe you'll pick out some of the words. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. So anyway, it's a different kind of movie.
Cool. You have one, John?
I have a TV show. Leslie and I just started this. It's on Netflix, and it's called Department Q. It stars Matthew Goode, Goode. You may have recalled him from Downton Abbey. He was the race car driver that had a small fling with Lady Mary. He's been in a bunch of other things, too. But he plays a police officer. In the opening scene of the show, he and his partner are investigating a murder and go to an apartment, and they're looking around the apartment, and they don't realize that the person who did the murder is still in the apartment, and the guy comes out and shoots him, and he shoots the main character. His name is Carl. That's Matthew Goode. Shoots him in the neck.
Yeah. And
then his partner, he shoots him and paralyzes him from the waist down. And
is this a series? Or
yes.
Okay.
And then after that happens, they show Carl coming back to work after, healing from the gunshot in his wound in his neck, and you can see it the whole time. He's this really taciturn. Everybody in the police department really does. They don't like him. He thinks he's the smart. He kind of is the smartest guy in the room, but he's just like, he's and everybody's kind of like, what an asshole. And so, but the chief of that department is trying to get rid of him and also trying to get ahead in the police department. And so she gives him his own department and assigns him cold cases to solve. And he's just like over it and just can't believe it. And they give him an office down in the basement. And over the course of we've seen 3 episodes so far, he's slowly accumulating people that are helping him. One guy is a Syrian fella who was in the Syrian police, and he's come to England. He's escaped Syria and come to England, but he was a policeman in Syria, but in England he doesn't have any of the requirements to be a police officer. But so he's gotten hired by the police department as an IT guy, but he's actually really thorough, and he starts like Carl, the main character. He's got all these boxes of cold cases, and he's just disgusted, and he doesn't want to get into them at all.
Right.
But his Syrian assistant starts going through them, and he picks out one case, and he said, "This one I think it's got some meat on it." And it's just really good. Carl is an asshole, but he's also super smart, and he sees things at the crime scene that no one else in his team sees. But then his other team, he's got the Syrian guy and a woman who was an investigator, but she's been kind of relegated to desk work. And she comes down and asks, "Can I please be on your team?" Because they're not giving me. And so and she's got her own. The way the team is assembling, and so he also.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Department Q.
And it's
on Netflix.
Netflix, okay.
His partner, who's paralyzed in the hospital, Carl feels really guilty about that because his friend's paralyzed, but he wants his friend to help him solve this crime that they're investigating. And at first, the paralyzed guy's just like, he's totally depressed and everything. But just in this last episode, he started coming around, and he's like, okay, well, have you talked to this guy? And so I got a feeling the paralyzed guy's going to be part of the team too.
Oh, okay.
But it's really good. I think Leslie and I really like it.
Well, I'm going to recommend Fargo, the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
The movie was great, and I never thought a TV show could ever match the movie, but it's had 5 seasons now, I think, and it has matched it. It is great.
Yes.
They've been showing it on FX again. And they're showing the most recent season has Juno Temple as one of the main characters, with John Hamm as one of the most despicable guys you will ever see on screen, and it's wonderful. The first season has Billy Bob Thornton. The second season has Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. The third season is the weakest. The fourth season has Chris Rock. It's a great TV show, and I think Hulu has all of them up. Either Hulu or Netflix. I think it's Hulu, though.
Been several times watching this where I was like, this is some of the best television I've ever seen.
It's amazing.
And
it's
where
really
is
good. It was originally on FX, and FX has been showing the most recent season again. But I think Hulu has all of them. Either Hulu or Netflix. I think Netflix may have had it for a while, but Hulu is the natural place where FX shows go afterwards. But don't start with the third season, but any of the other seasons, they're not really connected other than in spirit and in location.
And location.
Yeah, I mean, but like the fourth season was in the 50s, and the most recent season, I think it was in the 80s or 90s maybe. I can't remember. It may have been later than that. But anyway, it's great.
Great storytelling.
Yeah, amazing. It's almost as good as Breaking Bad as far as dramas go. And got a lot of humor, too.
All right. Well, to my dear friend Lisa, who lives in Washington now, I'm sorry I botched your story. I was very proud of you then, and I'm proud of you now. And we were just seeing lightning and fearing for our equipment here. And I'll make it up to you. Anyway.
Send us suggestions
to howweheardit@gmail.com.
Like our Facebook page.
Like our Facebook page, yes. Or
I got us 2 new followers today.
Good.
Like our YouTube page, like our
Instagram page.
We're on X. We're on Instagram.
Instagram has little animations that are super funny.
Yeah, they all do. They all do. They're on YouTube. They're on and we're on TikTok too. Believe it or not. So you can find us. And we'll be back.
You've been listening to How We Heard It with Chuck Campbell and Wayne Bledsoe, a podcast about music, movies, art, culture, whatever it is that's on their mind. How We Heard It was recorded at the Arbor Studio in Knoxville, Tennessee by me, John Baker. How We Heard It is a Cozy Planet production. If listening to this podcast has given you a burning sensation, then we recommend you sit in a hot tub until your symptoms fade away. If you'd like to reach out to Chuck or Wayne or even me, you can send an email to howweheardit@gmail.com. So thank you for listening, and come on back and we'll have another episode for you next week.